I had this really bad habit where I was buying basically every single game that came out, playing it for an hour, and then getting distracted by something else. I finally gave that up when I realized how much money that was costing me. But that's why I'm so grateful for something like Steam Next Fest, because it feeds into my very specific needs. So I had to look at a whole bunch of demos, and here are my 5 favorite demos from Steam Next Fest October 2023. Let's check them out. Street Uni X is Tony Hawk's but on a unicycle. That's it. Enough said. No, I should probably keep going. The controls are pretty wonky, but they feel deliberately so, sort of in a co-op way, and I did find myself getting the hang of it by the end of the demo. The developers clearly have a lot of nostalgia for PlayStation 1 era gaming and take every opportunity to pay homage to that style. This is a lot of fun that Tony Hawk's fans should take a look at. Doggy Don't Care may as well be Untitled Dog Game, but dogs are awesome, so I'm here for it. You're left alone at home and tasked with causing as much mischief as possible. It's a game with neat physics and a fun premise. I don't know how long this can sustain itself as a full title, but for now it's a free demo, so that's the future's problem. It's definitely worth checking out. Hairdresser Simulator is, what, the millionth of these simulators to come out? Are there any jobs left to make games about at this point? But it is a fun one for a demo. In between helping out clients with their hair and setting up your own salon, you'll also be chatting with Geordie, who honestly seems a bit skeevy. But it controls and performs well, which is a bit of a mixed bag with these games sometimes, and it really taps into that zen feeling you get with a house flipper or power wash simulator. So why not try it out? Cobalt Core is Slay the Spire in an FTL wrapping with some Star Fox banter going on as well. You draw cards while fighting enemy ships, zipping around in an area in space, making a variety of encounters until you reach a final boss for that area. It's a short demo, but as a taste of what's to come, it makes for a really appealing package. And with enough content, this could be an extremely addictive title. Now before I get to the final game, let's hear it for some honourable mentions. Headbangers Rhythm Royale is Fall Guys meets rhythm games. It's a cool idea, but what seems like a low player count at the moment and a crowded market in this genre means Headbangers has an uphill battle. Hardcore Legends is kind of like a running Ollie Ollie world. I found the controls needlessly convoluted, but when you got into the flow it worked pretty well, and trying to set faster times on levels always hooks me in like a sucker, so I had a pretty fun time. Japanese Drift Master should be the fast and furious Tokyo Drift game we've all dreamed about, and it is pretty cool, but I found the driving model to be a bit clunky. Maybe that's just my taste, maybe it's not for the likes of me, but for a small indie game, the open world is pretty impressive, so I'll be curious to see where this one travels. And Yellow Taxi Goes Vroom, a mix of a Nintendo 64 platformer with a bit of Crazy Taxi is a fun ride, if occasionally a little too much for my sensibilities. Alright, let's get to the final recommendation. Go Mecha Ball is awesome. It's one of those games that just goes to show how important responsive and satisfying player movement in a game can be. Go Mecha Ball is a roguelike twin-stick shooter where your character can roll into a ball and zip around a stage. The shooting feels great, and the visuals and the music are very much on point. Occasionally, there's so much going on screen that some of the visual information is lost, but that was my biggest nitpick in what is a very confident demo. I can't wait to see how this one turns out. There's no release date on the full game at the moment, but you've got to check out this demo. Alright, those were some of my favourites, but what about you? Let me know what you've been loving down in the comments, and speaking of loving, if you've enjoyed the video, give it a like, or subscribe to the River Slow Games channel. Until next time.